Hi guys, I am making this video to rhapsodize about my experience with Desmos. I've really been enjoying using it, so I thought it might be handy for me to make a video for you to show you how I use it. Um, the reason I really love Desmos is that it is no faff with the students. They understand very quickly how to use it, so you can just direct them to desmos.com and they can put in a class code. When they do that, they don't need to create an account. They can just continue without signing in and sign into an activity. And you can see how clean and simple it looks. That's what I love about it. There's no visual clutter. And there's very little of the usual. When you're normally teaching with a new platform, there tend to be quite a lot of questions about how to use it. There's very little of that with Desmos. I've noticed it's well designed. It's also pretty good on mobile. I'll just show you what it looks like on mobile. You will get a small screen warning if you're accessing it on mobile, but actually, if you just press OK, I'll take my chances, you can see that actually it's not that bad. And I'm just on a simulator here, so I can't zoom in, but the students can actually zoom in on it when they're on their phone. So it's also a pretty stable platform, which is always a bonus. So you don't have to worry about it crashing in class. That hasn't happened to me. This is what it looks like when you log in as a teacher. There's loads of stuff on here. I'm not going to be looking at everything in this video. The main thing I'm going to be focusing on is custom activities. So that is Desmos's facility for you to build your own activities, set them for your classes, see the responses. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you how to make an activity yourself. So if you head over to there, these are the activities that I have made and used. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on this. Great, there's some students on here. So this is the activity that I've built. I can see there's 12 questions in here. I can just flick through as well just to see them. Great, okay. And this up here says activity sessions. It shows you how many times you've actually run that activity. So you can see I only ran this once. I'm just going to view dashboard here. So this is visible to you during the lesson, and it shows you student progress. So you can see you've got the names all the way down the side here, the students who were in the class who didn't join. This I've used a class for, but you'll see a similar thing if you use it with a one-time login. A really handy thing about this as well is that you can click on a question and see everybody's answers in one view, which is great for at the end of the class. If you want to go through these, you can share this screen with your students, and you also have the option to anonymize, so the names are then changed so that nobody worries that their incorrect answer is shown. So I really like that. These two buttons are great as well. You can pause the activity, and when you press that, you can see this whole thing goes green, and the students' screens will like grey out, so they can't progress with the activity, which is great for if you just want to talk to the class and say something. Another thing you can do is pace the activity. So you might want to say, well, I only want to have students working on 1 through 6, and then I want to talk to them. So when you've got pacing on, students are only going to be able to see those 6 questions. Or what you might do is look at your summary and see, oh, actually, you can see actually I've done it here. Anna was late, so I paced her onto question 7 when she came in. I put the pacing forward. So you can use it in that way as well. That's basically, yeah, the teacher end. So let me show you how to build an activity. So we'll go back to the activities page and just go back to custom. So I'm going to build a new activity here, and I'm going to call it Desmos demo and create new activity. So here up at the top you can see the slides. You can add new slides just by clicking on add, and then down here you can actually design what the slide looks like. So on my slide I think that I want to have a piece of media that's a picture or a video, and I also want to write something for my students. So I want a note, I want that over on the side, and then I want my students to be able to write something. So I'm going to grab the text input. Or in fact, I might be looking at something like this and I'd like to make it into an activity that they can do. So I'm just going to use my screen grab tool to grab that question. That's roughly what I want my layout to look like. Let me just preview it to make sure. Okay, I can see the bits are in the right place. So I'm going to copy that because that's a template and then I don't need to set it up again. So just delete these extra slides and Command C, Command V. So I've just made a couple of copies of that slide, and I'm now going to drag an image in there. So I've just taken those screenshots and yeah, that's great. There's not much I can do in the way of editing, but it seems to do a decent job of putting it in the right place. I actually don't need to write any note here, so I'm going to take that component out and just I can preview again just to see what the student will see, and that's great. That gives the student the opportunity to type in maths if they want to. If I maybe wanted them to be able to interact by drawing, I could add in that, and that would allow them to have a drawing pad in there. There's lots of different types of elements that you can add, checkboxes, ordered list. Actually, ordered list is pretty good. Let me show that to you. So you could go ordered list from best to worst, toast, mushrooms, coffee, and then we'll just say okay. I think it's tough. Toffee and toast are both very good, but yeah, you can see how that works. They can drag the options around. So let's just take that out because that's not relevant for this. And then I've still got that same empty template there. So it saves me that step of having to redo the whole layout. I know what my layout is. Now I want to have a slide in here saying something like, well done, you finished the activity, or some such. So you've got these kind of pre-made elements that you can drag in here, and that's how you set up your pages. There are other elements that you can put into your activities, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just showing you the basics. So let's just get rid of those two empty tiles at the end. Say yes, I want to delete those. So I've got a 3-slide show. I don't actually need that unlabeled note, or actually I'm going to put show more if you're working, just to show you what that looks like. And again, I'm going to go up to the preview here to see how it looks to the student. So once I'm happy with my activity, I'm going to publish it, and that's great. That's now saved in my custom activity. So when I go to my custom section next time, there it is. And when I click on it, I can see I haven't set any activity sessions here. It's telling me I can assign an activity using a single class code, a single session code rather, or setting it for a class. So I can assign to my classes, or I'm going to go for a single session code, which is probably what you want to going to want to do if you're just using it for the first time rather than, but it's actually very simple. Just to let you know that that sign up process is pretty quick, but just to show you how this works. So I'm just setting up a single session code, and I'm going to say that I want this code to be active for 48 hours. And that means that new students can join the class within the next 48 hours. So there, it's added that into my activity sessions. So if I were in I could then send that link to students. So if we go to view the dashboard for that activity, it'll show me the link. I can send that to students and set it maybe as a homework, or I can set it in class. And what you'll be able to see as the teacher, as those students join, you'll see a list of their names appear, and you'll be able to see their progress as we saw before with the previous activity. So so that's how you manage that. It's just through the going to custom collections, going in there and starting your activity by assigning it, and then you're going to go into your dashboard. So that's pretty much it. I hope that that is useful. I don't want to bang on about it, but it's like I really, really recommend trying it. And there's loads of stuff already made up on there, so you know, you can dip your toe in the water. Okay, cheers, bye.